Welcome back, students. We have already learnt now the evidences of evolution like morphological, anatomical and vestigial organs. Now in this video I am going to talk about paleontological evidence as the evidence of evolution. Fine. Now what you can see the picture behind which I have placed. You can see that there is a fossil here. Now what is paleontology? Paleontology is nothing but the study of fossils. Fine. Now paleontology means study of fossils. Fine. Then large number of organisms get buried due to disasters like flood, earthquake, volcano, etc. Now how these fossils are formed? They are formed just because they may have got buried due to some of the disasters like flood or maybe earthquake or volcano, etc. Fine. And remnants and impressions of such organism. Now you can see over here, actually this is the impression. Fine. Impression of the dinosaur like organism. Fine. So you can see in this picture here, remnants or maybe impressions. Remnants means the remains like bones also, or wooden things in the case of plants. So they are called as remnants. So remnants or maybe impressions of such organisms remain preserved underground. Why? Because when the organism dies and goes inside, and at the same time the soil falls on it, fine, it gets buried completely or get pressed below, and so because of these, either they remain intact in the form of remnants, or maybe the impressions remain in the soil. Fine. So they remain preserved underground. So these are called as fossils. And study of fossils is also an important aspect of study of evolution. Why? Because it tells us that these type of organisms were prevailing at that time. Fine. And let us see now how we can study this. You can see certain pictures of fossils here. I have placed a picture of a fossil of a fish here. Then you can see a dinosaur here, also another type of a dinosaur, or maybe this can be a reptile also. We can't say a type of a bird also we can say in that, or a dinosaur here. So these are type of fossil. You can say this is a remnant, this is an impression, whereas these are the remnants. Fine. Next let us see how they can be studied. How these from the fossils we can study as a proof of evolution. Now I have already I will be sending you an audio. In that you will be learning about what is called as carbon dating. So in this video I am not going to detail of it. I just tell you about only what is there in your textbook. But what is carbon 14 dating I have spoken in that audio. So you listen to that audio, you will understand what I mean to say. Now, in carbon consumption of animals and plants stops after the death, and since then only the decaying process of carbon 14 occurs continuously. So this I have spoken in that in detail. You will understand what it is. Next, in case of dead bodies of plants and animals, instead of remaining constant, the ratio between carbon 14 and carbon 12 changes continuously, as carbon 12 is non-radioactive. Okay, so carbon 14, remember carbon dating method is nothing but there is an isotope of carbon called as carbon 14. Okay, and normal carbon is carbon 12. So this carbon 14 is also present in the organisms. So when they die, the consumption, that means in the form of carbon dioxide, in the case of plants, carbon dioxide is taken during the photosynthesis. So once the plant dies, the carbon 14 and carbon 12 intake will stop. And from plants, that plants are eaten by the animals. So in animals also this carbon 12 and carbon 14 reaches. So once both of them die, the consumption of the carbon, stops completely. And because it stops completely, carbon 12 remains the same in the body of that organism. I mean the dead organism, fine, in the form of a fossil. But carbon 14 being radioactive, it goes on decaying. And since there is a particular ratio between them, once this gets becoming lesser and lesser, we can find out about the exact age of the organism. So this I have already spoken in detail in the audio. So you please hear the audio first before you learn paleontological evidence. Fine. Now next, the time passed since the death of a plant or animal can be calculated by measuring the radioactivity of carbon 14. So there is something called as half-life, that also you will understand in that audio. So radioactivity of carbon 14, and by measuring the ratio of carbon 14 to carbon 12 present in their body. So this is a carbon dating method. So here how they are dating means how they are finding out the age of the fossil is by finding out how much ratio has been remained in between the carbon 14 and carbon 12. The ratio to tell you about carbon 14 is carbon 14 in the body of an organism is around 1.25 parts, whereas carbon 12 is around 10 raised to 12. 10 raised to 12 is, you know, 100 billion and 1.25, there is lot of difference. So that is the actual ratio between these two. But once they start, you know, decaying, it will go on reducing further and further. Fine. So this is called as carbon dating method. Next, let us see. This carbon dating method, once it was studied, it was used in paleontology. That means to study the age of the fossils, and anthropology. Now, what is anthropology? Anthropology is nothing but, you know, it is the study of origin of the human beings, or the development of human beings, or maybe their customs and what were the beliefs. That is the study called as anthropology. Paleontology is the study of fossil, whereas this is the study of human beings related to their origin, development, or maybe their beliefs and customs. So it is used in paleontology and anthropology for determining the age of human fossils and manuscripts. Then, once the age of fossil been determined by such technique, it becomes easy to deduce the information about other erstwhile organism. So once this study is, you know, about the fossil, we can come to know whichever erstwhile means the one which is related to that fossil, we can come to know from where exactly this organism must have originated. It seems, and from this only it was, you know, found out that vertebrates. You are going to learn about vertebrates in the when you will be studying about kingdom Animalia, vertebrates and invertebrates. But I hope so you know what are vertebrates and invertebrates. Vertebrates are nothing but those which have the backbone, and invertebrates do not have the backbone. So from this theory only, from this study of from this study of paleontology only, and due to carbon dating method, okay, it was known that vertebrates have originated from invertebrates. Fine. So this is regarding the paleontological evidences. Fine. And who has studied this carbon dating method? Let us try to introduce that scientist. The scientist was Willard Libby. You can see the picture of Willard Libby here. Fine. So he has developed this method in the year 1960. Okay, and he has done this work in the University of Chicago. So carbon dating method is based upon the radioactive decay of naturally occurring C14, and it is developed by this person who is known as Willard Libby. Fine. So he for this achievement, or for this invention, he was awarded with the Nobel Prize in the year 1960. Fine. So the age of the materials determined by this method were published in the journal Radiocarbon. Fine. So this is regarding paleontological evidence. So in the next video, you're going to learn about the connecting links. So thank you very much.